Yeah, well, yes and no. We have some national regulations which we cannot pass, or you know what I mean, we cannot do anything about. We have to follow them. And then there are some regulation on a local level that we can use. An example could be our district heating, which we in Copenhagen you have to join as a new building, and that is a regulation we decided in the council, in the city council. Then there, with regards to heat, there is a national law saying that if you are in an area, you have to produce both heat and electricity at the same time. So that's kind of, we have two steps in it, both the local and then the national regulation. And some of the national regulations are also in the way for some of the things that we want to do, of course. I wouldn't call it a conflict, but just, you know, conflict of interests. And we always, you know, when they make new regulation or laws, we always have time to comment on it, in what direction we want to go, and if we see it will be an obstacle for us to reach our goal. But we do believe that the cities, not only Copenhagen, but all the big cities need to be in front with regards to a renewable society and a fossil fuel-free society, of course. Yeah, the national regulation could be more effective with regards to that, yeah. I think it depends on where you go. But if you go into Jutland or somewhere else there, they just say that everybody living over here is from Copenhagen, and that's not true. So I think in some points, yeah, there is a big difference. But also all the young people move to the city. We actually had in Copenhagen earlier, like in the 80s and 90s, people moved here and got their education, and then they moved back to the suburbs and to raise their children. But now people are staying in the city. So that's actually, it's not a problem, but the city of Copenhagen needs to think about it, because we need to have kindergartens and schools and stuff like that for all the children who are staying in the city now. We get 1,000 new citizens in Copenhagen each month. Well, it's not a problem, but it's a challenge. We need to make sure that all the projects in the climate plan are working together in order to make sure that we get all the advantages across the different projects. And we do that by making sure that we have one project manager for each direction. So we have one project manager on mobility, coordinating all the projects. So she is responsible of all the interactions. But I think it will always be a problem when you have such a big organization that you work in what you call like silos, and you don't connect them. So that's actually something we're working on a daily basis, making sure that we remind each other about things that we hear or meet, people we meet that could be relevant for the projects. Well, I would change the law with regards to heat pumps so we could use them. And we also have a regulation concerning bigger plants producing both heat and electricity. I would also change that one. And we had, some couple of years ago, we had a government who wanted to make a ring, or they wanted to put road taxes around Copenhagen. And I also think that was a very good idea, and that would be one of the ways to stop the traffic. Yeah.